Earlier this week, ShotScope announced the release of their brand new X5 GPS and performance tracking golf watch. Now this premium release from ShotScope is the first golf watch that they've released since the V3 back in 2020, and as you can imagine, it caused quite a storm within the ShotScope community. The good news for you guys is I've managed to get my hands on a brand new X5, and in this video I'm going to unbox it to tell you not only what comes inside the box, but also share with you my initial thoughts and opinions on the X5. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, feel free to subscribe, and whilst you're there, you're welcome to check out my other ShotScope videos that live on this channel. If you have any particular questions or thoughts or opinions on the X5, make sure you drop them in the comments area below, and I'll try my best to answer them as soon as I can. Now let's take a look at what comes inside the ShotScope X5 box. Okay, so here is the box for the ShotScope X5. I've gone for the stealth black model, but it's available in a range of different colours. Some of the other ones, such as the blue, I think look really nice, but I've gone for the same colour as I have for my previous ShotScope devices. In terms of the design of the box, it's a really nice looking, well illustrated box, very Apple-esque, and also not too dissimilar to the other ShotScope products, such as the V3, the H4, the Pro LX. You'll see in the back here we've got some of the key features for the X5. I'm not going to go through these in this video because I have a separate video explaining what you can expect from the X5. I'll put a link to that in the description below and also in the card above. But yeah, a really nice looking box. I could see this sitting on the Pro Shop shelves and I could see people wanting to pick it up and have a look at it. Let's now turn it over and let's get inside and have a look at the X5 and what else comes inside this box. So we've got this little tab we're going to pull on the back here, release the lid, and here we have the X5 watch itself. Now, straight away, this looks like a beautiful golf watch. I will probably always compare this with the V3, although it's not seen as an upgrade or a replacement for the V3. It's more a premium offering from ShotScope within their device range. As a V3 user, of course, I'm going to compare it, and straight away, I'm thinking this looks like a massive improvement visually on the V3. Let's take it out of the little cardboard container here. So straight away I can feel it's nice and light. It's very light. Let me just grab my V3 from over here and we'll put them side by side. So we've got the V3 on the right hand side and the X5 here. So weight wise, very similar, but looks wise, poles apart. So I think this kind of rounded appearance here we've got in this watch is much more in keeping with what we expect from the premium golf watches on the market these days. Whereas as much as I love my V3, visually I think it kind of lagged behind. So this looks really nice. I'll just give you a little bit of a close up there. It does have the screen protector on at this moment in time, but I will take that off. You'll see on the side here we've got the roller wheel here, which you can use to cycle through the menus, and it's also touch screen. Noticed it's kind of like the phones with a haptic touch, so as I scroll we're getting a little vibration on the watch, and then there's a button here, so we've got a button just on the right hand side. The strap, let's just take it out of the cardboard, and whoa, so the first thing I've noticed here is we have these two bands. Now this is going to please a lot of existing ShotScope users. Let me just take it out of the cardboard to give you a closer look. But if you've got a ShotScope V3, then you may potentially have encountered a problem where sometimes the strap would flap about if the little connection point there came loose. With this new X5, you can see that we have two different bands here to secure the strap. So let's just quickly feed it through the buckle here. We'll lock it in place, and then you can see there are two bands that we can use to secure the strap. And interestingly, this one here, I'm not sure if you can see it or how well you can see it, but there's a little kind of fixing point on there which is going to secure into these. So once we lock that in place, that strap is not going anywhere. So that's a really good design move from ShotScope. If I just quickly grab my V3 here, you'll see this is a tab I was talking about here. So it's just a little plastic clip, and when you clip that in, sometimes it could pop open, and in some cases some users actually lost this, which meant that once they fed the band through, there was no way of securing it. They'd have to order another one from ShotScope, who, as far as I'm aware, were always good at just basically sending out a replacement for any user who did lose them. But that's a great decision from ShotScope to address that issue, because on a few occasions mine would flap about, and it did get a little bit annoying. There's no way that that's going to flap about. So yeah, let's have a closer look then. So we'll take this out and we'll pop it onto my wrist. The strap itself feels really nice and flexible, so it's not rigid in any way. Let's see how comfortable the watch is. As I said, in terms of its weight, very lightweight. There's basically no difference between that and the V3, certainly from what I can feel from holding them both up. But we'll just slot this in. I need to tighten it a little bit. These two fixing bands, this is definitely going to make a big difference. If I can get it in, let's just pop that into there. So there we have it on the wrist. So that is the ShotScope X5 on my wrist. I've got quite small wrists, so sits really nice and snug there. I could probably actually go up a notch as well. If I just pop the V3 onto my wrist there, you'll see the difference between the two. Again, we've still got the protector on the screen at the moment, but you can see how nice looking the X5 is. I'm really impressed with that. It's designed to be used both on and off the golf course. So with the step counter built into this, there's definitely something that I'll be looking to try out. And I can see myself wearing this as a watch. I think it's got that kind of sporty look, which is nice. And the fact that you can change the displays apparently on the screen is an added bonus. But yeah, feels good on the wrist, feels secure. And what I'm looking for in a golf watch is something that's really nice and light and isn't too big. Now, some of these rounded watches these days, it's almost like the fashion to be really big. This one looks to be nice and snug, so impressed with the looks of the X5 so far. Let's grab the box and take a look at what else comes inside. So we have the quick start guide. Now, if you've got any other ShotScope products, you'll know that instead of a huge user manual, they basically just pop in these quick start guides, and this one looks to be very much the same as the others. So we've got clear steps there on how to set up the device. There's instructions there for charging before you play, downloading the apps. We've even got a QR code here to link to the main user guide, which I assume will be a lot longer and a lot more in depth. Some information there about the tags, which we'll take a look at in a second. And on the back here, we've got some quick tips as well, which is a really good idea. So if you're somebody who is new to ShotScope, I would definitely encourage you to read through this quick start guide and use it when you're setting up your device. If you're an existing user and you've experienced any problems with your V3 in terms of shot tracking, then it's definitely worth, with the X5, reading through the quick start guide, especially if you haven't before, because you can mitigate a lot of the problems by reading the quick start guide. Let's have a look here at what else we've got then. So this is the box with the ShotScope tags. We get 16 tags like we did with the other devices, and let's have a closer look at these. These are basically used to work in tandem with the strap on the watch to locate you on the golf course and the club that you're using. Now, before even removing these from the box, I can see they are considerably bigger in terms of size than the existing tags. As far as I'm aware, these are second generation tags, and they're designed to offer improvement compared to the first generation, which existing users will be using. So let's just pull one out here. This is the GW, the gap wedge. So I can see it looks to me like it's bigger, wider. It's definitely thicker here, and I think the screw is longer. So this has probably been designed to ensure that it sticks into the grip a little bit more securely. Let me just grab one of my other tags. This is the 5i. This is an existing standard tag, or a first generation tag. And if I just put them side by side, you can see the size difference here. Let's see, yep, definitely a bit thicker. So you can see them both side by side. And the screw on the new tag, it's not much, but it's a little bit longer. So they've updated these tags. As far as I'm aware, they're designed to give you about an extra centimetre in terms of distance from the strap for detecting your strokes. And the other thing is, you'll see we've got this kind of concave shape. It's hard to probably show you on the camera, but basically between the bottom of the screw and the tag itself, it's no longer flat. like it is on the original tags. Again, I don't know if it's easy to see there. This is basically designed so that it sits flush with different types of grips. So some of the grips, the top of them are this kind of convex shape, so that should slot in nicely there to help just make the tag that little bit more secure. So a bit of a redesign there from ShotScope. Those will get put into my clubs. I'll just take out these existing tags. Usually it's the case if you move to a new ShotScope device, just put the new tags in. So that's the tags there. And let's look at what else is in the box. So we have the final thing is the charging cable. So the ShotScope charging cable here, let's open this one up. It's a USB connection and it's to, I don't even know what type of a charging cable this is. One of the things I had kind of hoped with ShotScope is they would move to USB-C or micro USB. This looks like it's specific to the device again, so yep, just connects it in there. That's obviously to charge the device up. Connects pretty snugly. The only issue I've got with these is you need to make sure you remember where you've put it, whereas you can't just grab a micro USB or USB-C cable to charge, which are the kind of standards most of us have lying about the house. So it is, again, it's specific to ShotScope, but yeah, so that's the charging cable. So that is basically everything that you get inside the box of the brand new ShotScope X5. Really looking forward to getting this out on the golf course and testing out and producing a full review for you guys, and also telling you a little bit more about my experience of using it. So there you have it, a first look at the brand new ShotScope X5 golf watch and what comes inside the box. Now I'm sure you'll agree it's a truly stunning offering from ShotScope, and I honestly can't wait to get it set up and head out to the golf course. Of course, I will have a full review available on this YouTube channel and on my blog in the near future, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. Whilst you're there, make sure you hit that like button, and if you have any questions about the ShotScope X5 at all, feel free to drop them in the comments here below and I'll try my best to answer them as soon as I can. Now, if you enjoyed watching this ShotScope X5 video, why not check out these other ShotScope videos here.